Welcome to Beauty and Becoming, where we motivate, inspire, and cultivate entrepreneurs to reach their highest potential. I am your host, Brandy, and today's conversation is one that every salon stylist, every salon owner, and entrepreneurs face one day in their career: hustle versus longevity. In an industry that celebrates being fully booked, constantly grinding, and always available, we rarely pause to ask ourselves the question: is this sustainable? Now, before we get into this discussion, I have a very special guest for coming on for you today. And before I bring on my guest, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Just like everyone, my life is jam-packed. I'm always on the move. Whether it's personal or business, I live in the fast lane. But self-care, mentally and physically, is top priority for me. That's why I'm a part of the Texture Club at my favorite salon. They always treat you like family, and that experience leaves me wanting more. So instead of worrying about my ends, treatments, and styles, my easy monthly subscription to the Texture Club solves everything. I let the pros focus on my hair so I can focus on the other things that matter in my life.
A beauty school, a beauty book, also a trick laser. I mean, head banger blazer in the hair game. Tonight we present to you Faye Bailey on behalf of Sensational Hair Idol and Glenn Jackson, the agency.
Welcome back to Beauty and Becoming. I told you guys I had a special guest for you today. She is a trailblazing entrepreneur, educator, a visionary leader with over 40 years of excellence in the cosmetology industry. She is the founder of All Dolled Up Salons, which has expanded into 4 thriving locations, developing countless beauty professionals into successful entrepreneurs. As a respected hair loss specialist, she blends artistry with compassion. She is also the founder and executive director of Hair in the Spirit, a nonprofit providing jobs, education, training, and college and scholarships to underprivileged youth. Beyond beauty and philanthropy, she is the host and creator of Gimme the Mic podcast, inspiring audiences worldwide, and the author of the novel Doll Baby. I would like to introduce to you my very special guest, Miss Faye Bailey Lucas. It is a pleasure sitting down with you today. I am so happy to have you on. And I just want you to take a couple of minutes to elaborate on some of this success.
Well, I am just listening to the introduction. I am just amazed how far we have come and where we are today.
Right.
I'm so proud of you putting this show together because it's going to help stylists out there understand, like you say, hustle, longevity,
Right.
and all these things that stylists are going through. So beauty in becoming
Yes.
is going to be a platform
Right.
where we're going to be able to give out some positive information how
Right.
to be successful. So thank you for coming up with beauty in becoming.
Right. It's been a pleasure. And I mean, just 40 years in the industry. Can you elaborate a little bit? I mentioned that you have a novel called Doll Baby. Just tell us a little bit about that novel and what inspired you to write this book.
Okay. Well, Doll Baby is just a testimony.
Okay.
Testimony of how I got here.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote it to inspire others who have gone through the challenges that I have gone through,
Mm-hmm.
and let them know they can make it. I was looking at the commercial you put together,
Mm-hmm.
and I really don't see myself doing all of that. I
Wow.
just see myself in the now and
Right.
going to the future.
Wow.
So I really didn't even pay attention to, Lord, I've been a long way. I've come a long, long way. So Doll Baby basically
Right.
is not even where I am now,
Yes.
but it's from a child how I got here.
Right.
And it's a faith testimony.
Right, a journey. Wow, wow. Well, Miss Faye, I call you Miss Faye. You
Okay.
have such just a plethora of just hard work and success that we coming up as beauty professionals can take a look at and pull from and use to measure our success along the journey. But today's discussion is about hustle and longevity, and we want to speak to the audience, those of you who are coming up, those of you who are growing in the entrepreneur field, and just drop a little bit of gems. I want to ask Ms. Faye some questions so that she can speak to you guys and truly guide you on the path of what hustle versus longevity means after 40 years. So just 40 years in the industry, if you can just answer this question for me, in your opinion, what actually creates longevity in this beauty industry?
Dedication. You gotta stay dedicated to it. Motivation. You gotta be motivated to get up and come every day to the same place, see the same people every day.
Right.
You have to be motivated. What else? My purpose. When you're doing hair, you have to understand it's not just doing hair, it's a ministry.
Right.
When you are making someone's whole life change after you transform them, after you've been with them for an hour or two, their whole life can change in one word, one conversation. So I look at my longevity in this industry as my passion, my motivation, and the purpose of what I do for the clients that sit in my chair.
Right. So if I could just take you a little bit back, because now you're now standing on the longevity side of your career. What did it look like starting out? What did hustle look like behind the chair in those early years? You remember, you told me a few stories opening your salon in Deerfield, right?
Well, we started in Davie Boulevard.
Yeah. Okay, Davie Boulevard. Give us a little glimpse into what that was like, because
Okay. Now, when you say hustle, and I talked to my husband about it.
Okay.
And I say, baby, hustle to me sounds like somebody on the street selling drugs, pimping, prostituting. I'm a hustler. He said, no, that's not what a hustler is. When you hustling. He say it's work ethics. And hustling is working hard, being consistent, and to reach a certain goal. Okay. So that's a hustle. Okay, so I said, okay, I look at it in a different way today. Right. Because I just asked him that today. I say, she asked me about hustle. Right. But hustling is working hard.
Okay.
You got to show up.
Right.
And in this industry, what I'm seeing is people look at doing hair as a side hustle. They're not putting 100%.
Okay.
And so why aren't they putting 100%? I kept asking myself, because we always went in 100. Back starting in the 80s and the 90s and 2000s. That's all we did. We didn't have another job.
Right.
So what is the difference now, and how longevity plays a part is because most stylists do not know how to build a brand.
Wow.
And they just want to do hair, but they don't know the business.
Right.
And so what I've been trying to do all these years to be a mentor, to hold their hands, to show them the business
side,
of more than just the hustle.
Right.
Yeah. Hustle, get the clients, do the hair, learn the skills.
Right.
But you got to live after.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I hear you're saying is that hustling is a necessary tool.
It is
to get to the longevity.
That's it.
Of your career as a hairstylist.
Yep.
In this beauty street, and I definitely agree. I agree with that. Okay. You know, because going in, all you know is the hustle. You can't see the vision of the longevity at that point. Some of that's revealed along the journey. Right. So I agree with you. That's a really good insight. And I hope the audience can pull from that and understand what you mean by that process as a part of your journey. But so what do you think starting out was some of the biggest mistakes are some of the biggest mistakes, or at that time you saw stylists making that shortened their career? Meaning that maybe they started out hustling, making the money, and then it got to a point where they couldn't see the longevity in it. Right. What do you feel some of those mistakes that were made that stopped their growth?
What happens is, in this industry, is stylists get distracted so easily. And usually it's by the clients.
Wow.
They don't know our industry. They don't know our makeup. We are peculiar people. We are different. We are corporate minded because we learned the business part, some of us. But taking advice from someone who do not do hair, do not know this business. Right. And a lot of times they say, you still doing hair, you need to be doing something else. Wow. Or you working there and they getting all your money. Or they'll say stuff like, why did you decide to do hair? It's something what they used to tell me. You're never going to make any money. Wow. And be successful. Wow. Doing hair. Wow. Had I listened to the people who was telling me that, wow, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Wow.
So I believe that is what keeps stylists from reaching their highest potential. Distractions from people, right, who do not know your goals, your dreams, right, or your
the
passion,
journey,
and the path and the journey, right, of your industry.
Right. And I believe that somewhere along the way, that's why it's called a journey, because all of that isn't revealed to you at the beginning. Some way along the way you realize that it's bigger than you, right?
Exactly.
And that it's not just about the money, it's not just about the craft, it's about the people you're serving, yeah, the lives you are changing. At what part of your career did you realize that you were no longer doing this for your dream, but you were doing this to create opportunities for others? Do you remember that time?
Oh, yes, I did. Okay. At the beginning, I realized that God was using me as a conduit for stylists to have an opportunity to be successful and to have ownership.
Wow.
To become entrepreneurs.
Wow.
From Brian McCrae, he was just washing my car.
Wow.
He saw us doing hair.
Wow.
And he said, I want to do hair. He comes in, he goes to school, and he becomes a stylist,
right?
A very successful stylist.
Wow.
So this is the beginning of all that. We are developing future entrepreneurs, future beauty professionals, and the cycle just kept coming.
Right.
Young people kept coming, wanting to be hairstylists. I had to keep expanding, right, to give more stylists more opportunities. So I knew God was using me just for that. Not for me, not a hustle.
Yeah.
Not a trying to make a whole lot of money.
Right.
It was about impact.
Right.
It was about opening doors and opportunities for others.
Right.
And that's what people get misconstrued with. Why does she do so much?
Right.
It's not for a name. It's not for no glorification to me.
Right.
It's just that God used me in this industry.
Right.
He chose me because he can trust me that I'm not trying to get a title.
Right.
I'm not trying to be a superstar.
Right.
And I love to sit in the back. And he could trust me that I would use what he has embedded in me, right, for others.
Right.
So I believe that is the answer to that question.
Right. And I can imagine that in doing that, and understanding that this is bigger than you. What you're doing is outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Behind the chair, you're actually touching lives, and you're seeing this as a ministry. That opens the doors, right, to longevity. And what we do is bigger than just, we love our craft. We have passion about what we do, but seeing it outside ourselves is what opened the door to longevity that comes along with the career and passion about, just entrepreneurship, being able to make more from, or even get more from this. I remember we were having, this brings me to a thought about mindset. And I remember we were having a discussion one day about people's mindset.
Oh,
for the what did you say it was? The
I always tell, I know what you're talking about. I tell people all the time there are 3 types of people.
Okay.
And the first type is a small-minded person. Then you have an average-minded person.
Average-minded, small-minded.
And then you have a great-minded person.
Wow.
So whenever you talking to anybody,
okay,
this will help you discern what type of person you're dealing with.
Right.
If it's worth your time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
A small-minded person is a
Okay.
person that comes to you all the time, want to gossip,
Mm.
want to talk about other people.
Okay.
Always engage with other people and what they doing.
Right.
Small-minded, not gonna add much to your life.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you got the average person. Those people are the people that comes try to impress you with things, cars, what kind of house I live in, my address, my jewelry, my name brand clothes. They are all into things like poor people love to impress other poor people.
Right.
That's an average person.
Average.
Because that's all they think about.
That's right.
But when you know you're in the presence of a great-minded person, your conversation is always about ideas.
Wow.
Always about visions.
Wow.
Always talking about dreams.
That's right.
Yeah, they're always thinking about changing something, making something better.
Right.
Now, when you're talking to somebody like that, that's somebody you want to be around. Because you're going to gain something from them.
Wow.
And that's how you continue to grow, by being around people greater than you.
Right.
And that can lead you
Absolutely.
to the place where you're trying to go.
Wow.
So great-minded people are people that you need to be looking for.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you, I believe in giving people their flowers while they're still here, and you are a great-minded person.
Aww,
okay,
thank you.
It's just a pleasure having you on. There's so much that you contribute still now today to the beauty industry.
Oh, thank you.
And one of the things that you've built is your products here.
Oh,
that we have behind here. Hits. It's a hit product. I'm sorry, hair product. Go ahead.
It's beauty brand.
We
use it.
Let me be quiet and let you explain your product.
Oh, look, he has a picture.
He has a picture, but I just want Miss Faye, because we do use these products in the salon on our clients. It's a very, very, very lovely product, natural base, and I'll let Miss Faye elaborate a little bit more about her product.
You know, it's so funny because us as a stylist, and I understand because I am a stylist still to this day. And when we have new products, it's hard to change from the ones we know that works and we know what it does. And so pushing Miss Faye's product has been a challenge. But it's getting there. There are some products in the line that we have clients all over the world that are purchasing these products. We're shipping out daily these products. And they are called Hits Beauty Brand.
Yeah.
You can go online to hitsbeautiful.com and see all our products that we're There it goes. Hitsbeautiful.com.
Yeah, and it's not hard to push this product. Let me tell you, it does wonders on our clients' hair. I love the product. I got a little tongue tied, but just in addition to hair products, we also have Miss Faye also has gummies, hair vitamins. Yeah. She has a fully blended natural tea.
I drink every night, and I try to make them drink it. Will they drink it? I have to make it to make them drink it. Being 65 years old and drinking Miss Faye tea has kept me well. It cleanses and heals every area of a woman and a man's body.
Wow!
So I love Miss Faye's tea. It's a herbal tea. Right. A robust tea.
I love her tea too.
I have to make them drink it. Drink the tea.
Now, a lot of people may not know how funny Miss Faye is, but she is very, 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 very funny. And so I just wanted us to have a little fun right now. I want to give you some rapid fire questions. And you answer the question with what resonates most to you based on the words that I'm giving out. Okay. Hustle versus longevity.
Grinding, coming to work.
That is not the I said hustle versus. But that's you're right. Grinding, coming to work.
Okay, coming to work.
Okay. Busy or profitable?
Profitable.
Okay.
I'd rather be profitable than be busy.
I'd rather be
work smart, not hard.
Smart, not hard.
Yeah.
Boundaries or burnout?
Oh, I love boundaries.
I have Margaret on. I'm sorry. Miss Margaret says she loved the scalp comber. Me too, Miss Margaret.
Thank you.
Me too. I'm sorry. Boundaries or burnout? You said boundaries?
Yeah.
Boundaries, okay.
So I will not allow myself to be burned out. Okay. I will learn how to say no, when I can't do something. So boundaries.
And I hope you guys are hearing this. I hope you young stylists that are grinding, that are hustling, that you're taking these gems and understand that we can't be burned out because we won't be whole.
Amen.
For our clients and what they need while we're behind the chair getting their hair right.
Yep. And their families.
And their families too. You're very absolutely important. Right. Old school or evolution?
Evolution. You got to stay teachable and growing and evolving.
Okay. One word that describes your 40-year journey.
Faith.
Absolutely.
I walk by faith. I live by faith.
Absolutely.
I've come this far by faith.
Wow. 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 Faith. Wow. So I want you to take Miss Faye just a few minutes just to speak to our audience from your heart and just tell them what are some things that they need to walk away with on their path to understand how to see hustle versus longevity and where to understand in that path how to receive it.
Well, I want to leave the audience with understanding what you do is about purpose. I know that, everybody talk about purpose, but you have to understand your life is an impact to everyone you come in contact with. Everybody is watching on how you can help change my life. And so every day, let me tell you this. When we get one stylist, I don't care which location they're in, my main goal, I need to get them busy. I got to get them to a place where they can take care of their families, take care of themselves, build a business, build a brand. They are my project.
Right.
So everybody that comes in contact with, you come in contact with, you got to try to figure out how am I going to impact them to be better.
Wow.
To be better. I don't care who comes. I'm gonna find out who's working where. Am I right?
Yep, that's absolutely.
You know, people say, "How you get to know all these stylists and they're in different places?" Right. I want to know everybody work with me because my job is to make sure they become successful. So I'm telling you this: when you live your life on purpose, you're living to make an impact in this earth, not to make a name for yourself, but to make an impact in the lives of the people that are connected to you.
Wow. Wow.
That's what I live for.
What a takeaway. And I really feel that I always like to go back to comparison because social media is just such a huge comparison now that we tend to open our phones and judge and scale ourselves by. Everybody's journey is different. What your hustle may look like may not be what my hustle looks like. What my longevity looks like maybe not be what your longevity looks like. And you have worked alongside, many different people in the industry. Yes. Along the way. And how did you prevent from not, what stopped you from allowing comparison to stand in your way of your longevity and success?
Oh, that's easy because I stay focused. You got to stay focused. People are easily distracted. And one thing I do want to make sure that everyone knows that you can't throw your pearls to the swine. I tell everybody that. Now, when I met you, when you stood right here, I knew right away you were a stylist and you were going to be successful.
Wow.
I knew it. But just by your enthusiasm,
wow,
the look, and I put my energy in people I know that would receive what God is giving you through me.
Wow.
If you don't see it, I don't waste my time.
Wow.
I will not get distracted because like you say, I work by so many stylists and I know the ones that's going to make it. I know the ones that's just trying to get by. I know the ones that, just here.
Right.
Right. So comparison, yes, I do compare and I determine where I want to set those boundaries.
Wow. Wow. That is quite fascinating. And I mean, from Miss Faye Bailey Lucas' heart to you guys' ears, wow, that is just amazing, those words you just shared with us. And I just really hope that all of our audience has had the opportunity to just digest some of these jewels that we were able to share with you today, some takeaways and some things that can truly inspire you to reach further. You know what I mean? That journey, that those hills are up and down. There's going to be some days where you're thriving and you're booked and you can't even find time to take vacation, and then there's those days where you have to question your journey.
Right.
And just understanding that it is not about the quick, it's about the steady.
Yes.
That if this is your passion, it should not be your plan B. Just from my understanding and working along and just having my ear to what's going on, a lot of stylists choose to make hairstyling an option. And if it's your purpose and your passion, you have to stick in there for the long drive.
That's good.
And I just hope that we were able to inspire, motivate, and cultivate you guys along your journey today. Beauty professionals and entrepreneurs, we appreciate you taking the time to join us tonight. I appreciate you for sharing your time with Miss Faye Bailey Lucas. And please remember to like, share,
yes,
and comment. Okay,
please.
You can get a copy of Miss Faye's novel Doll Baby on Amazon if you would like to order or purchase her book.
Oh, that's my faith testimony.
That's right. That's right. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining us.